Do 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 do. Mana, do 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 do. Hello, wrestling fanatics, and welcome to VK Punk Wrestling, your soon to be recognized, undisputed heavyweight champ of all things wrestling and sports entertainment related. I am your host, the one, the only, Vince C. Punk, here to body slam you with some of the hottest news in the biz. Before we get rolling, though, do me a favor and smack that thumbs up button like it owes you some money, and hit the subscribe button with an RKO out of nowhere. Don't forget to line that bell icon up for the punk kick so you're in the front row every time we go live. So let's make a video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're diving headfirst into some of the wildest headlines rocking the wrestling world with every detail I can wrestle out of the rumor mill. Let's give a quick shout out, right, to our reigning champ, AK Havoc. Buddy, you better super glue that title to your waist because WrestleMania is just a month away and I'm coming for it like a heat-seeking missile. The gold has my name on it because it should have been me. It should have been me from day one, and I'm ready to prove that VK Punk Wrestling is the top dog. We the ones for wrestling content. Okay? Also, before we actually get into the stories today, let's go ahead and shine the spotlight on our awesome sponsor, Capgo Championship Belts. These folks craft title replicas so gorgeous they'd make Ric Flair shed a tear mid-woo. I mean, wrestling belts, UFC straps, you name it, they've got it. If you can't find your dream title, no problem. Abdul at Capco is a creative genius who will cook up something totally original for you that you will love. We've done that with a custom VK Punk Wrestling title that's so slick, it's practically begging for a championship celebration. Hopefully, we're going to be able to show that one to you soon. But there's more, man. Capco's got shirts, vests, jackets, gloves, masks, and even a crown straight out of Macho King Randy Savage's playbook after his King of the Ring win. I've snagged a ton of their gear myself. Check out my past videos for the proof on that. If you want in on this action, just go ahead and swing by www.capgointernational.com to see their website. And also, their Facebook and email are on the final credit for this screen. Go show them some love and tell them VK Punk sent you. All right, so now let's get into the squared circle with today's top stories. First up, once again, the bombshell that has got wrestling and the whole damn internet buzzing like a swarm of caffeinated bees. John Cena's heel turn at the Elimination Chamber. This jaw-dropping headline has been at the top of the wrestling news for almost 3 whole weeks now and shaking platforms worldwide. Why? Well, because it's John Cena and it's a big freaking deal, man. This week on Raw, Cena finally strutted out for the first time since the Elimination Chamber and cut a really vicious promo. He basically dumped the entire WWE universe, broke up with all of us. Yeah, even that kid in the front row with all of his gear on. He broke up with all of us, man. And I gotta say, it was perfection. Sure, the crowd still cheered John Cena because it's John Cena. He was able to point out everybody because they had his new gear on. But he's leaning into this heel vibe really hard, and I love it, to be honest with you. But comes Yahoo Sports' Robert Jackman, kind of whined that it left us with more questions than answers. But I mean, bro, do you even watch wrestling? Can you spell kayfabe? Meanwhile, ECW legend Tommy Dreamer on Busted Open Live Radio called it one of the best promos I've ever seen. And to me, I feel like he's dead right. I know a lot of people feel a certain way about Cena right now, but man, I love this promo. I think it was everything that it absolutely needed to be. And Tommy Dreamer goes on that Cena answered every question we needed, flipping his goody two-shoes babyface act just directly on its side and into heel territory without changing a single thing about him. He said, I'm not giving you the new gear. I'm not giving you the new look. I'm not giving you my music, the new music, because it has my voice on it. You guys get nothing. He's like, you guys deserve nothing. And man, it was just brilliant. Tommy Dreamer dubbed it the Hard Times promo for John Cena, tipping his hat, of course, to Dusty Rhodes. And he said that this promo pretty much locks up Cody versus Cena as the main event for WrestleMania. And I gotta say, anybody who's talking down about Cena and everything and doesn't think that this is gold, you guys are just wrong. And man, this is some amazing stuff, and it's going fantastic, I think. But listen, we even got more to add on to this, right? Because after the Monday Night Raw, where Cena dropped this promo, um, there was an Instagram post that he made of Ross and Rachel from Friends, right? You know the episode where were they on break, weren't they? When Ross hooks up with somebody else, they do split up after this, but somewhere down the series they wind up together, and they stay that way until the finale. So, what does this mean exactly? Is Cena teasing that he's gonna ditch the universe, only to win us back eventually? Or is this a hint at something bigger? Really? Fightful Select says WWE was ecstatic over the Brussels crowd reaction. The 30-minute Cena chaos even threw the show's rundown into a tailspin, man. WrestleVotes noted that Jey Uso versus Austin Theory match got squashed from 11 minutes to a blink and you'll miss it beatdown. Probably thanks to John Cena's mic time and that segment clearly going so over. But WWE is clearly loving this. With Cena booked for Raw and SmackDown post Mania, he's obviously changing that record-breaking 17th world title, but him being advertised for those two shows specifically, does this hint towards him winning the title? Um, and even if he doesn't win the title there's a couple other options to get a couple more accolades that he necessarily hasn't had. He's never had the IC title before. Maybe he'll snag that up. Or maybe he'll get a chance to go to Money in the Bank after WrestleMania and win a briefcase that he actually cashes in without botching it like a rookie. So what do you guys think? What's your predictions on all this? Please drop them in the comments, and we'll see what that's about. I can't wait to see where this plays out. So next up, we're just going to do a little side story that's kind of tied to this. The Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez were chatting about The Rock. Yep, the People's Champ, who actually did not even get a mention in Cena's long ranting promo. Not a peep, man. Meltzer pointed out that the silence of not mentioning The Rock and what it could mean. And when Alvarez asked if The Rock has been dropped again, Meltzer more or less went kind of mysterious, saying there's more to it than meets the eye. What? What does that mean? So he's pretty sure that The Rock is still in play, but there's more to it. There's something going on. He backtracks saying that even if WWE was to leak this somehow, they would deny it to the hills. So what is going on? Are Cena and The Rock splintering off, or are they coming together? Like in a weird way there's been rumors of a third person. Is The Rock just gonna crash the WrestleMania party and turn on Cena? Is that how we get babyface Cena back? Because Cena doesn't beat Cody, so The Rock just turns on him. Or is The Rock just too busy, sipping tequila and filming Fast and Furious 69? No clue, but it's fun to speculate. Oh, and on the humorous side of all that, R-Truth is still gold, out here claiming that he's heartbroken over his childhood hero turning heel, but also going on to say he doesn't understand why everybody is turning on his childhood hero. Truth is just a golden ticket, man. There's nothing better than when Truth comes on the screen. I mean, he's where it's at, man. Never stop being you, Truth, man. You are excellent. So let's switch gears really fast. This past Monday on Raw gave us a segment for the women's world title contract signing between Io Sky and Bianca Belair. And boy, this was a hot mess. In the best way, however. Rhea Ripley, of course, crashed the party. Got into Bianca's face and was telling her, well, maybe I'll just watch. And Io tried to get involved, and Bianca just mushed her again like she did the week before, or Yeah, the week before. And then Rhea just cleaned house with both of them. Set Bianca on the table, and then she power bombed Io Sky right on top of Bianca, and the table didn't break. It just kind of held tight. It looked a little rough. Um, so she sees this contract laying on the ground. It's like it's a piece of trash or a grocery list or something. She picks it up and signs it. Dot dot dot. What? What are? Are you serious? Are we supposed to believe that that's how legal documents work? I mean, her name can't be in there anywhere on the legal documentation. So she thinks she could just pick it up, sign it, and become part of it. And of course, Bianca fired back on X over this point exactly, roasting Rhea for the stunt. But let's be real about this. This storyline is the silliest thing in the world. It doesn't make any sense. Rhea is clearly trying to muscle her way into this match. But the surprise signature bit, I mean, that's a tough sell. How do you make anybody believe? And especially now that we've been overselling the fact that that's not legal, how do you fix this? Rhea can't just sign a document that doesn't have her name on it and become part of the match. So now we know that they're already trying to make it a three-way match because Rhea came and did this. So how do we fix this? Maybe Io's so fed up that she demands both of them be entered into the match so she can do what she has to in order to beat both of them. Or maybe Bianca and Io kind of wrestle with it because it's already their match and they just team up and agree to make it official. It's a head scratcher for sure, but WWE's got to find a better way to glue Rhea into this title picture. Let me know what you guys think about it, of course. So our next little thing is just going to be some quick bits, nothing really important to storylines or anything like that. Fightful Select says that other bloodline prospects like Hikuleo and Lance Anoa'i are signed to the WWE. Lance is sidelined with an injury, I think, until later this year. And I've heard that there's not much for him. He's got a lot of heat backstage, and there's a lot of rumors about him not making it to one of the rosters, allegedly. While Hikuleo is on the roster, but not even in creative plans yet. And that's pretty weird, especially if you know Hikuleo from the other promotions he's wrestled in. He is really good. So this is weird, right? Get Hikuleo in there. He's good. Let him wrestle. Lance, no good. Just get him out. WWE is trying to maybe allegedly get Sting to induct Lex Luger into the Hall of Fame. But Sting is under an AEW Legends deal, which might block it, and that's a huge bummer. Because that would be really great to see. I think I would like that a whole lot. So let's go to some medium bad news. I mean, it might be upsetting depending on where you fall. PW Insider confirms that John Cena is not getting that Lifetime Achievement Award at WrestleMania this weekend. Despite some hype over it. However, guys, if you are willing to dig deep into your piggy banks and pull out $25,000, you can sure have lunch with the guy that no one can see. I mean, max out your credit cards, folks. That is the most expensive lunch in the world. $25,000. It's like eating with the president. I mean, that is a crazy amount of money to pay for someone's lunch, and I think it just fits this whole John Cena heel persona. He told us all that we all sat on our ass and just watched him be great. So now he's saying, "Well, you guys can have lunch with me, but I'm great. It's going to cost you 25,000." I think this kind of does tie in with the storyline, but I think it's outrageous, hilarious, and I think it definitely shows that John Cena is a heel. So on to some depressing news now. Fanatics Events has tweeted that Alexa Bliss is out of the WWE world at WrestleMania 41. No word why. This, of course, hits me kind of hard because I'm feeling like we're not going to get Alexa Bliss after I was so excited for the Alexa Bliss return, and now it just seems like it's gone again. Um, I really want to see Alexa Bliss. I really want to see the Wyatt Six. I was so hyped when Alexa came back, and this is just depressing. I'll be honest with you. So also Tyler Bate should be making his return to the Raw roster soon. That'll be pretty sweet to see the big strong boy back in action. Hopefully that will give Pete Dunne something to do rather than get jobbed out all the time, which I can't stand because I love Pete Dunne. All right, so now let's just cruise away from WWE for a second over a really big headline that's been hitting the world since yesterday. AEW. So over in AEW land, Mox has been going through this feud with Cope, formerly Edge. They had a match on pay per view, I think this past week. Um, it didn't really go. I think the fans were really not that interested in the outcome of it. I think it just stuck in a lot of people's craw and nobody really liked it. So what they decided to do was run it back Wednesday on Dynamite, and a lot of chaos is what. It was wild. The most the most newsworthy thing and what is being talked about all over the place, of course, is Cope suplexed Moxley onto a 2x4 with some spikes that reminded you of that thing that Abyss used to come out with on TNA. Apparently, Cope has brought this weapon out once before in his feud with Cage, but he brought it back out. The thing's name is Spike, of course, and he suplexed Moxley right onto this thing, and at least one legitimately stabbed into Mox's back, man. He ran around the ring with this nailed up plank stuck to him like some kind of pincushion. Insane. He didn't really run around, but you can imagine what I mean. Wheeler Yuta came in to take it out, and referee Paul Turner had to stop him. And both of them had to come together to yank it out and stretching his skin out like some pizza dough, man. It was rough. Uh, there's a lot and multiple discussions. Fans are split. News sites are split. And I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't really know this for sure. I do know Moxley's one of my favorite guys. Um, and I've listened to a lot of his interviews when he originally left WWE as Dean Ambrose and came back to the Moxley name. Uh, Look, some people are saying that it was the realest, gnarliest spot ever, and the truth is, it probably was because it's not a gimmick. They really did that. While others are screaming that because they did really do it, it's too dangerous. That AEW is risking their stars. But look, folks. Moxley drove 11 hours through a storm to make the show because the weather up in the region uh, canceled his flight. So he's all in for this. He drove 11 hours just to get there so he could be impaled on some spikes, man. These guys aren't forced into this craziness. I'm not saying that it's safe, but it is their brainchild. It's not the company. Mox lives for this brutal stuff, just like Darby Allin thrives on his death-defying stunts off of high things. Sure, it's risky, and sometimes one slip can turn something epic into a tragedy, but it is their passion. Not Tony Khan. Not Tony Khan backstage holding a whip over them, man. You know, these guys really come up with these spots and say, let's give the fans something they've never seen before. Let's give the fans something that looks real. Mox and Cope probably cooked this up over coffee, laughing like madmen, or maybe over whiskey at the end of the night, laughing like madmen. Anyway, these two, Mox is my current favorite. If you go back to like the Attitude Era stuff, Edge was my favorite. Now I know Cope and Edge really aren't the same guy, and things are different, but they have such a passion for the wrestling business and to bring the fans stuff they've never seen. Uh, love it or hate it, it's what fuels them. And if they want to do these kind of spots, then I mean, I'm for it. I know it could hurt them. I know it could injure them, but that's what wrestling is. You could take a step and pull a quad. Uh, Anything could happen at any time. It seems like they did the spot as safe as they could. Uh, Copeland was very on point and very accurate. But it still looked rough. What's your guys' stance on this? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. You know, there hasn't been any reports of Mox suffering any injury or something, but man, it looked brutal. And like I said, nobody is being forced into these spots. There's not. That's why it's always the same guys, Moxley. The people who are into that type of thing. You never just see like random people popping in for a match that has a spot like this. No, it's the guys who are doing it all the time because it's what they love to do. Okay, so don't hold it against AEW. Don't hold it against Tony Khan. Don't even hold it against John Moxley because he does all of this stuff just to entertain and impress all of us. And if this is how he loves to do it, then let him do it the way that he loves to. I mean, it's as simple as that. All right. Well, good friends, that's a wrap for this VK Punk Wrestling Roundup. I hope you're all having a killer day, chasing whatever makes your heart sing. Look, the world is a messy place. Divisions everywhere. It's easy to get lost in the muck. Guys, I feel it too. I know I haven't been making as much videos as I should be at this point, and I've slowed down quite significantly since our first week. But I am trying my best, and I feel it. But here's the deal: there's always brighter days ahead. Um, I know things might not always look the best in the moment, but things are going to get better, and I believe it, and I hope that you believe it for you too. If you're struggling right now, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, do whatever you do to get yourself back on track. Talk to somebody who cares about you. They'll know how to get you back on track. Uh, and to be honest with you, if not, I got you. Uh, you're special, you're unique, and you're the only you out there that there is, and that's a big deal. Our strength isn't just in our wins; it's how we bounce back from the slams that we take. I really do care about all of you, and if any of you ever just need somebody to talk down, um, you can hit me up anytime at any of the social media platforms that I'm on. My name is, of course, Vin C. Punk. Uh, I'll be there to chat if you need. I want y'all to take care and just remember that the world really is beautiful and you can make of it what you want. I'm Vince Punk. This is VK Punk Wrestling, and we the ones for wrestling content. See you guys next time. Be sure to drop your thoughts below in the comments and hit that subscribe button.